Hello, my viewers. Welcome back to the episode of Arsenal Live. Got a video title. What the video's about? Steelers training camp day number 8. Yes, day number 8. I missed day number 7. I was gone most of the time. So day number 8, we're here. We're here live, and I don't be here. I don't keep you guys too long because I have to do my fantasy draft, which is tonight at 7:30. Like that, so I do my fantasy draft. Make sure my team is well scouted, well good, because I am a fantasy champion. Where my ring at? My championship ring. My championship ring is right here. Where is it at? Right here, real quick. Boom! Fantasy football champion right there. The champion ring. There you go, right there. I won that in 2020. So, and last year I lost in the championships. So hopefully I can get back there and this time win it and go ahead and create a dynasty or something like that. They know create a dynasty. I don't know if it counts a dynasty if you win. If you win one year, lose next year, and then win the next year. I don't know if it counts, but I'm gonna count it though. But back to the main topic at hand. Steelers training camp. Day number 8 review. The first thing we got, of course, Jesse Johnson. You guys probably seen the news. Jesse Johnson getting the extension. I think it's 2 years, 36 mil. That added on to, so that's very good actually. Very good getting him the extension. It pays him and and also give him an opportunity to actually basically renegotiate a little bit because after those 2 years up, he'd be 28, and 28 for receivers still that's still young, and he's probably in his prime. He's still being his prime too. So you probably can he probably can get more money if he plays well, and it's also kind of like help both sides really, because it can help the Steelers. The Steelers can be safe. Okay, we paying him his 18 mil. We can go the high route and pay him the 23 mil, the 22, 23 mil, 25 mil plus like that. We pay him the 18 mil, which he get paid handsomely, and then I don't know if I said that word right, but he getting paid good. And then on the other hand, if it doesn't work out, it's a 2-year deal, and you guys can just part ways, something like that. Part ways, go your separate ways. But I think it's gonna work out good. I think Jesse Johnson will play well. He will put up similar numbers or better numbers. Cause like every year you seen his his stats. You look at the stats, you look at the numbers, you just look at his play. You seen his first year there. I think his best game against the Cardinals. The Cardinals was his best game really. He was going crazy. He hit the punt return touchdown. He had the crazy touchdown on the side he caught. He had the reverse play. He was just going crazy that game. And we knew something special was there. And then the following season he put up 900 plus yards. He had a drop problem like that, but he still had some solid numbers. You look at the numbers, and you look at he had some solid games too. And then you look at last year, he really was the driving force on the receiver side of the ball, because Claypool was putting up doing some solid stuff as well, but Jesse Johnson was really the driving force, especially that Ravens game where he was just like unguardable basically. And then Big Ben found him multiple times in the end zone. Hit that one drop that he caught, and he dropped over the top. But besides that, it was like almost a perfect game for him. He was going crazy. So Jesse Johnson earned that contract, and hopefully we see him in the future. Why not have everybody together? Why not have Jesse Johnson with the Pat Fryermuth, with the Najee, with the Claypool, with the George Pickens, Calvin Austin, all those guys? Why not have them all together? Instead of trying to part ways so early. And move on to the next topic. Oh yeah, Jesse Johnson again. Jesse Johnson, he came off. He came. He was waiting and holding. Like they said, holding out. Most people say holding out, but they said holding in because he was still at practice. He was still observing and stuff. He came in and when like nothing. He came in like nothing happened. Like he didn't miss any days at all. He came in and he cooked a Witherspoon with with a move and got open for a big game. And he was just going to work and showing he was showing that he was still putting in work. And even though he wasn't with them and participating in some of the stuff, he was still putting in work. And he went crazy. But the offense is continuing to struggle. Can you say the words? They continue to struggle with they can't win the seven shot drill. Where you get like 7 chances to score in the end zone. The first QB, like Mr. Trubisky, most of the time he get most of the reps, and then you get maybe Mason Rudolph maybe get 2, like that, sometimes 3, and then Kenny Pickett always get 1. He may get a couple more sometimes, but they can never score. Like they scored I think twice today. They went 2 for 7, like that around that. And they scored twice today. I think Kenny Pickett scored, and was it Kenny Pickett and Mason? Something like that. I believe so. I know Kenny Pickett scored for sure though, but they just can't score in the end zone, and they keep turning the ball over too. A lot of interceptions and a lot of sacks, so like that. So there's a lot of bad plays happening. So, but like the QB battle is kind of closer than we think. Because like people thought the QB battle was gonna be like something like. It's gonna be like kind of Mr. Trubisky job when he coming in, because he's a former Pro Bowler. He's been in the playoff games twice, and he's a second overall pick. They thought Mr. Trubisky was gonna take the job like easily, but it actually been closer than we thought. Like it's more like I think Mr. Trubisky is 1A, and then Mr. Rudolph would be 1B, in my opinion. Then you have Kenny Pickett at 3, like that. You know, 'cause when you do 1A, 1B, you skip 2 because take up the spots, like that. But I think the reason Mr. Trubisky in front of Mr. Trubisky. Actually, let me start to say this first. Mr. Trubisky and Mason Rudolph have similar kind of type of like starting training camp. They've been good in a lot of places. They've been showing a lot of good and like that. But then they also been showing a lot of bad, the same amount of bad. So they kind of like went into the out. So they kind of like still like in that like moderate like style, like moderate like okay. They have some good stuff, good, but they also have some bad stuff, and kind of like balance out. It's like kind of like mediocre a little bit. I think they're not standing out. And Kenny Pickett, he has improved a lot the past couple training camp days. I think he improved his accuracy, he's improving his timing, and his like the receivers and everything been like we've been playing a little better. We've been playing a lot better. I think so. He's moving on up. But I think the reason I put Mr. Trubisky in front of Mason Rudolph is because Mason Rudolph is one of those guys like you see them. You know, they practice, they show you some stuff. Like okay, he looks startable. He might not look the best, but he looks startable in practice. But when he actually get in the game, it's not the same. And we seen what Mason Rudolph did. You know, Mason Rudolph had opportunity. And, you know, in 2019, he had opportunity. He had opportunities in different games, in different spots. And he's showing us some good stuff. He's showing us a lot of bad stuff. And Mr. Trubisky never had opportunity to play with us. Yeah, when we see him with the Bears, he have a winning record, I believe so. And I think he had a winning record, yeah. Winning record, he's been in playoff games twice, even though it was a little hectic, weird season like that. I think he played, and his excuse can be, I played for the Bears. You know, the Bears not really that good of a team. I think so. I feel like Mr. Trubisky, since he haven't had a chance to play with the offense, yeah, I put him ahead of Mr. Rudolph, even though they both looking kind of like almost like neck and neck kind of in the training camps. But hopefully they get situated out before regular season start. The preseason games coming up, so they're gonna be a big factor to see. You know, August 13th is we play the Seahawks, so they're gonna be a big factor. We're gonna see who looks better, who looks better in the game. And then we come to the last topic, the receivers. Out of all the offense, you know, the offensive line looking all right. But they've been getting beat a lot. You know, they are going to get C.J. Watt and, you know, Cam Hayward and them guys, some all-pro defensive player of the year like players. But offensive line look kind of all right. Of course, Najee going to bring the intensity every time. Anthony Farr, like I said, training camp day number 6, he was going crazy and stuff like that. But the real good thing, they've been very consistent is receivers. The receivers have been very consistent. George Pickens, we've seen the acrobatic catches. We've seen the crazy catches. He's been catching all over the place, and we've seen him use physicality, and we've been seeing Claypool do similar stuff. Not as like much as George Pickens been doing, but he's been doing similar stuff. Deshaun Johnson, you see him, he was holding in. He came back on the field like that, like he didn't miss a day. Went out there and he just went crazy. And then you see guys like if you guys you know State of the Steelers, Daniel, he had the clip of Cody White catching a beautiful pass from Kenny Pickett in the corner. And I didn't know Cody White was cooking like that. He said what we didn't see is that Cody White was going crazy. Cody White was burning people and getting open and making big plays. So that right there is great to see. Shout out to the Steelers. But yeah, Cody White, he's trying to prove that he belong on the roster too, because you know it's a lot of receivers there. Of course you got the Deontay Johnson, the Claypool, the Pickens, Calvin Austin, Anthony Miller still there too, Miles Boykin. And then Cody White, and then I think some other guys too. Those are just the guys that come off the top of the head, and the main guys like that. And I don't think they're gonna keep everybody. Some guys may be practice squad, some guys may get released. So you gotta make a name for yourself. You gotta keep fighting, keep thriving, no matter who's in front of you. And it's great to see him making plays and stuff. But yeah, that's really all I got for today. I'm about to go draft my team in fantasy. Hopefully it's a good draft, and I'll see you guys when I see you. Peace out.